Okay. Okay. Forbes Avenue, downtown, not Oakland. And it's always a mess down here. The place is always under construction. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to shake off this cough and cold. I don't. I just don't ever think I'm going to be able to do it. So, I wanted to talk about in this video something that's, I think, a lot of people will find important, especially liberals. Oh yeah, and the issue is discrimination against homeless people. Does it exist? Oh, you damn right it does. I'm going to relate a little story to you that happened to me yesterday. And I'm not going to say where it's at because, number one, it's not important, and number two, it happens everywhere. So far, what I've seen in this city is that homeless people are not allowed to use public restrooms. They are not allowed to come in certain places. I'm not going to mention the names. They're not allowed to come in and warm up if they don't have any money. They have to buy something. I mean, these are typical business standard procedures, but it would seem to me that after a while, you know, you would let homeless people at least, you know, have the luxury of taking a breather after being out here in the city, you know, all day, running around, panhandling, working, doing whatever, trying to make ends meet, and it just never seems to be the case. Homeless people are looked down upon as pieces of shit. I've seen it firsthand. Get out of here. I've seen homeless people being evicted, tossed out of places, and they weren't even doing nothing. They just wanted to come in and get warm. Now, I also must tell you in the same breath that I have seen very generous extensions of business owners here in Pittsburgh that go out of the way for homeless people. So it's not like I'm suggesting that every business does this. We're in the heart of PPG. Taking down all the New Year's stuff. It's been up for quite a while, actually. It's crowded here during the day. I'm impressed. Of course, it is a popular attraction, destination here. One of the safer places in Pittsburgh, too. Trust me, it is. So, anyways, yes, homeless people get discriminated on a lot. Like I said, when you don't have access to, you know, food all the time, I'm sorry, I can't quit coughing. I'm so sorry. And you don't have adequate bathroom, you know, times. It's hard because they don't want you, you know, depending on how you look. And I emphasize this in other videos. Just because you are homeless doesn't mean you have to look like you are. And some people who are homeless that don't care about their appearance, they don't care if their teeth is brushed or shaved, they get hassled a lot. But these people have given up in life. I'm just talking about a specific type of person right now, but and it's hard for them. It's, you know, life has become so difficult that they've let themselves go physically, let alone mentally, and as a result, they get hassled a lot. My experience came to me yesterday. I was in a bathroom, a public bathroom. And one of the things that homeless people do is they take what they call a rag bath. In a hospital, it's more commonly known as a sponge bath. And basically what that is you get to wash your private parts with a rag. Well, you don't do it out in the public. You get the rag, you get your wash rag, You wet it down in the sink, put soap all over it, lather it up, then you go into a stall and you bathe yourself, you wipe yourself down. Well, once you're done doing that, then it comes time for you to have to rinse. And that's when my trouble started, because as I was squeezing out my rag and rinsing it, a gentleman who was using the sink next to me said, well, he stood there and he stared. And then he said, "You're a disgusting human being and you should be locked up." I politely said to him, "I'd like to see you out in the streets for 3 days doing what I have to do, and then come back and tell me whether I need to be locked up or not." And he just looked at me and he walked away. It was a very ignorant comment, but what's even more demoralizing and shocking is a lot of homeless people, and this is something that I haven't talked about much, but a lot of homeless people are handicapped physically. A lot of them are in wheelchairs, believe it or not. What's really interesting is I have found that there are homeless people in this city who own, let me take a breather here. Oh, this is starting to take such a toll on my health. Oh, hold on, let me catch my breath. There are homeless people in this city who ride around in like $10,000 wheelchairs, and they're homeless. I don't get it, you know? How could they have access to a wheelchair that gives them mobility and they don't have a place to stay? What are we doing with our money for homeless people? That's the question that I'm raising. You know, why are we so discriminate with, you know, our money and how we project it and how we spend it on homeless people, when there are folks out there who live in their wheelchairs? They have blankets over them at night. I'll take a few pictures I could show to you. I've already seen it. It's horrifying. I have seen homeless people be kicked out of bathrooms. I've seen them being laughed at by young kids. So for you liberals out there who thrive on discrimination, well, it's funny because I've never heard about homeless discrimination, but I'm here to tell you in this video that it exists. It's very much alive and kicking. Homeless people are treated like the lowest scum on the fucking earth. Nobody wants to be around a homeless person. They're considered rotten, smelly, drug-addicted alcoholics who deserve what they get in life. That's usually the projection we have of homeless people. Well, some of that is true. Some homeless people fit exactly that description. Most of them don't. Most of them don't. I can show you homeless people living in this city right now who have college degrees. But there's more. There's so many more, and it's astonishing. The numbers, the versatility of homeless people and what different backgrounds they come from. It's not all what you think it is. No, it's not. Look how beautiful, huh? PPG. So, to suggest that discrimination does not exist, I'm here to tell you that. But I also, excuse me, this cough will never go away. I think I'm going to get pneumonia and die. I cannot break this cough. I've had it for like 5 days. This is the sickest I've ever been. Oh, what this experience has done to me physically, I'm a wreck. I feel I keep coughing. I'm not going to have a pair of lungs left. I must also tell you in the same breath that there are a lot of businesses here in Pittsburgh that do help homeless people. I'm not saying every business. I'm just relating an experience that I personally had and that I've personally witnessed. And I want to tell people out there that yes, it does exist. So with that said,